Children are born heartless and selfish, unable to express self-sacrificing love until they can relate that feeling of love with the fear of loss. When they learn that association, that's when they begin adulthood. This is why Johan can
One of my favorite detectives from another mystery would just say to rewatch it again so that you can pick up on all the clues for that, considering that it's a long show. So what I'm going to do is to give a cohesive analysis from the very beginning until the very last moment of the show. The audience is given hints of shocking events in Johan's childhood that might... As the psychologist later explains, psychopaths and serial killers love to play mind games with people.
大抵の人は連続殺人犯が内向的な人間だと誤解しているが、それは大間違いだ。彼らの中には知能が高く、社交的で話のうまい人間もいる。彼らは大嘘つきなんだよ。彼にもてあそばれているのか。
A monster. In one scene, there's a boy in a hospital named Martin who's being treated for a broken leg. Dieter has a talk with him as they walk outside the building. Martin talks about it being right. Martin then proceeds to do nihilistic actions without any regards to his life or others, such as crossing the road and hurting a homeless man. His reasonings for his actions are simple. As a cruel game that Johan convinces the children to play, but this is actually what Johan does on a much larger scale.
While dressed as Nina, Johan asks the boy why he's still alive and what's the point of even living. Johan is actually talking about himself to himself in that scene.
別に普通のことじゃないのよ。生まれてきたことはこの宇宙のほとんどが死なんだから。この宇宙にとっては地球の片隅で生まれた命なんて存在自体ほんの一瞬にもならないわ。死が普通なの。じゃあなぜ生きるの？あなたは誰に望まれたの？あなたが生きる理由って何？でも誰もあなたに声をかけてこなかったら、あなたは誰にも望まれてなかったってことになるわ。そしたらあなたはどうするの
Convinced Tenma that he was the one who brought him back to life, which resulted in the death of many people. Nina's game is a bit more complex though. As he stands alone at the top of the world, with everyone now seeing and feeling as he does. But then, something happened that changed everything. The phone lines are cut, the local police are murdered, guns are distributed, everyone becomes paranoid, tension keeps building up and a flame begins that is impossible to stop. Johan essentially replicated the conditions of the massacre at 511 Kinderheim. Everything is planned so that everyone in the village will be dead when Bonaparte is killed. And so, everything becomes full circle with its innate sense of love. Had the mother truly loved her children, she would have never accepted. She would have never given any of her children to be sacrificed. She should have refused to give any of her children and stood her ground. But she didn't. And that's why this moment had such an impact on Johan's life. And it's not simply the mother's decision that made the brainwashing at 511 Kinderheim and then at the beginning that all lives are equal, while Johan argues at the end that the only equality in life is in death. Conceptualize non-existence. And nothing comes after death. You die, and that's that. The only reason Johan went around murdering people was to prove that he was worthy of living, and by surviving his perfect suicide, he has to find a purpose in life, just like everyone else.
For the love of life will defeat them. They may tear us down.